Welcome back guys for another video. This is Mike once again, and today we are going to review the Yeongam GP, basically from Korea. And this race will be a bit different than the other ones because here you can learn a lot from different tactics and different situation. Not to mention that I will go into depth of information a bit more than usually because this race was all about strategy, your driver skill, and good or bad decisions. Sure, you can say then, but wait, the other races are like that, no matter like if it was wet or dry. Well, here it's like 2 or 3 times more important of how things happened. Also, I tried a new broadcasting style because sometimes I feel like it's a bit boring. So with that new style, I try to increase excitement during the whole video. So let's start the race. Let's see as the red lights are now out. And now we go away for the race. So this was a wet race. After all, the whole race was wet, even though I had a prediction that in the last half an hour the race will become dry. Well, fortunately it didn't, so I didn't need to use my other strategy, which didn't really work out too well if I would have to use it. So it's very important in a wet race to have a good driver. A driver with talent, at least, even though concentration is also important. What can you mess up during a wet race? You can mess up the risks, for example. You are giving too big of a race because you trust your driver too much. Like you trust your driver too much that he will make up positions and he will get great results as well. And if you have an underpowered car, then giving too high risks might basically could give you driver mistakes. But if your car is underpowered and you're not giving enough risks, then you won't be able to overtake. Like you have to find a sweet spot. See, the driver already has so big of risks or such small amount of concentration that he already made a mistake. There will be a funny thing during the race, and I will mention this. While currently I'm being stuck in a train, as you can see the two drivers in front of me. You have to pay attention for the yellow car in front of me, aka if you want to hear the name, if Robert Lissik, because Robert Lissik is having the strongest car in the group. He's having a level 8 car based on the graph of the group, while I'm having a level 6. This is only based on the graphs. We don't know the car characteristic points. We don't know how these car characteristic points are being gave away, so we don't really know if the guy in front of me is having a good PHE for this track or not. Currently, we can see that he's slow. Well, his slowness can be tied to several reasons. It can be tied to the reason that he's going with low CT, because in the wet it's more like to make a mistake, so he's going on a low track risk, or he's going a high risk but his driver has low talent so he can't go faster, and that's all. Other thing is he might have a bad setup, and here I made a mistake, the first mistake. Or he might have a bad setup for this race. He might have overfueled the car so he's slow now, or basically these are all the reasons. That one mistake was a bit similar, but fortunately the guy in front of me made a mistake again, and I'm once again being stuck behind that, you know, black car. Finally, I managed to tell us. So I'm going at 6th place, and currently this is a great position for me because for this race I was hoping for a 15th position. Like, okay, I have a race specialty driver and such, but my car is very big, and I made the overtake. And look at that, how I will come back at the yellow car. Like, look at it. Once I'm having clear air in front of me, even though he has the strongest car, as you can see, I'm coming back slowly. I'm the fastest currently, well, nearly the fastest, but I'm coming back slowly, step by step. As you can see, even if you have the strongest car, if you are lacking of something else, you can't really do well. So pay attention for that. You don't necessarily need to upgrade all your parts up to the sky, because sooner or later, if you are lacking of something which is essential to be fast, then you will be similar to that guy in front of me. Only being fourth, even though his car and maybe his driver level wouldn't really, um, you know, wouldn't really mean that. He's going on Yoku's as well, just like me, so he shouldn't be a disadvantage. Shouldn't have a disadvantage here in the wet. We are slowly coming to the half of the race. The main thing is because I was on a one stop, and usually when in rain you are one stopping, then it's, well, sometimes it's the best strategy because the rain tides are not really degrading too much, so that's not a problem. And the Williams car basically, it's not the Williams car, it's on the livery, is coming fast on me, coming back fast on me. I was panicking a bit like that because I didn't know that if he's so fast suddenly because he has low fuel, or he's fast because I just got slow. I don't know that, but the guy is so quick behind me. I don't really know what happened. But yeah, the guy Lisik came out in front of me, so that means I might try to jump him. Here I'm going a lap longer, even though I'm getting into traffic, it's not a problem. I went on a lap longer. And see, here's a pit stop, and unfortunately the guy is jumping me, and I jumped the guy. See, that's the reason he made a mistake. I'm 11th. This was the perfect scenario so far. This was the best case scenario ever. I jumped the guy who basically held me up for a long time. It was a podium. Here I said I will get a podium for sure. There is no way I will lose it. Like, if I don't make any mistakes, look at that. I'm pulling away. I'm being 7 now. And if we are looking at the chart, three guys still weren't in the pit, so I am coming back at them. Let's not forget I am fast in rain, in rainy conditions, at least relatively fast compared to the group and compared to the car, compared to my expectations. Here is the mistake, and here is the second driver mistake. I am behind both of the guys now, so my good pit stop and good search, this didn't really work out either. The yellow car weren't in the pits yet, or he's in a two-stop strategy. Without watching at the board, I can easily tell that by that he's pulling away from me, while I haven't seen him anywhere in the race. And as you can see, he didn't stop at all and he's having worn tires. He will come out soon. So you can tell basically if someone didn't do a stop, that they are way faster than you, thanks to the low fuel. And even though they weren't anywhere before, during your race, he's coming back up at you quickly. Fortunately, I overtook him, but he went in the pits now. And the question is, how will I be able to overtake these two guys in front of me? How? That's the biggest question now. As you can see, the yellow car always used to block me. Like, I bet he's going on a high risk for defending. But if he's going on a high risk of defending, then he should have made a mistake already. Well, he didn't, so there should be another key in this kind of defending. I don't think only the defensive risk is high. I'm arriving at him again, I'm catching up, and 5th place could be realistic for me if I don't make any mistakes. Maybe 5th place, maybe not, I don't really know, because as I can see he will block me continuously, and he does it already. Even though at the moment I was the fastest in this lap. Not the whole race, but in this lap only. And my pace is just not enough. I'm being stuck. Sometimes I will say a paradox. Sometimes a high risk is not enough to overtake. What do I mean by that? By risking high, you have a bigger chance to make a mistake, mainly on wet. Even if you're using higher rate, then that means your driver will try more. Your driver will become more desperate to overtake and more likely to make a mistake. But how is that possible that if you're having a high risk, then you can't overtake? Well, as I said several times, remember that, guys, if you have an underpowered car, sorry, you won't be able to overtake no matter what. If you're using a lower rate, you will be stuck forever. If you're using a higher rate, you're having a bit of chance to overtake, yet a bigger chance of a mistake as well. So how to solve this problem? You have to find the best possible state of the risk, and you have to be realistic. You shouldn't start down below the order if you don't know how to overtake. If you don't have the chance, if you don't have the opportunities, you could try to qualify yourself to the front. If you are qualifying yourself at the front though, that means you are going on a 2 or 3 stop strategy. If you're going on a 2 or 3 stop strategy and you can't overtake, you will lose even more than if you would go with a 1 stop. I believe that's quite logical when it comes to racing. If you are slow, you are doing a 1 stop. But if you're doing a 1 stop and you are being slow, then you are being like completely lost. But if you are slow and you are doing a 2 or 3 stop, then you might not be able to overtake and undercut the people who are being on a 1 stop. So finding the right strategy for each track is the most important thing in this game. And as you can see, I can't really overtake. So I just give up, kinda. I was like, okay, fine. 6th place is good. I was planning 15th position for this track, so 6th is amazing. I shouldn't become, too greedy now. It's only 2 laps remaining, so it doesn't really matter what will happen. And here another mistake, 3 driver mistakes during a race. That's outrageous. Like, it's hella sad. And yeah, I can't overtake him anymore. I get 6th position. We have a new winner this season. At least I never seen him win before. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But that's all. So that was the race for today. It was interesting. It was really interesting, as you can see the results on the right. We have an Italian guy going with bridge rocks, being fourth. Most expensive tire and the best tire in the game. Not really the best in that case because it's hella expensive. It's the best by stats, but yeah, I'm happy because I am the best Hungarian in the group, so yeah, boy. So that was Mike, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, then please write, I nearly said drive, but write down below in the comments. If you want to see more videos on the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, because that tells me you want to see more videos of me. That was Mike, take care of yourself, and goodbye.